All righty, welcome to the weekly meeting, January 11th. Um, all right, I gotta start making a few changes. One is boring. Like the group gets boring after a while, because we all do the same thing over and over. So to kind of make it interesting, I asked Kim if she wanted to do another $100 challenge. You know, but so look, guys. Um, I know we have several people here who are very good at what they do, um, and everybody trades a little bit differently. So um, this $100 challenge is not going to be for everybody. It's anybody can join it, but this might not be your trading style. You know, we just want to be able to take one trade every week for 100 pips and flip our account. It could be live or demo. Um, it doesn't necessarily mean you can't trade a different way in a different account. But, in order for this thing to work, in order for me not to feel like I'm just calling trades for people, um, if you're going to do this, I want to make sure everybody is doing their own work, right? We'll look at a trade, we'll analyze the trade. You'll have to post your work, in the little group chat. And then, after we take the trade, you got to post the results. I think it's only fair to me, who's actually spending time doing this, looking at the trades and taking the trades, for you to just post, your result, and for you to follow the freaking rule. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you are trading a live account, it might cost you, your $100 if we call a bad trade. If you're in a demo, it's costing you nothing but time, right? And if nothing else, this will give you uh, some experience on uh, how you could flip your demo. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Okay, so again, I'm not trying to change anybody's trading style or change um, who you're being mentored by. I really believe that some people will be able to pick up trading um, with a minimal amount of mentorship, while other people might need a paid for mentor. Right? Uh, there are people in this group that have paid for mentorships. I know Newell has one. Do you still have your mentorship, Newell?
Yes, sir.
And I know Tanisha, which she doesn't really spend a lot of time in this group. She came from Ruby's group. I know she has one. I don't have one of those. So um, I can't offer you a paid for uh, mentorship. I can spend time, and I do that with a few of you guys. But if all I ask, if I'm spending my time, is that you don't like screw me over by wasting my time. I'd rather you go pay somebody, because it's going to be faster. When you start paying your money, there's a there's a seriousness, a level of seriousness that you take for it. Uh, the purpose of this group and these meetings are to kind of herd the group. I like trading with people who can trade. I also like understanding what other traders see. Right, it gives me better perspective. It keeps me sharp, and I don't by any means profess to be the best trader. I'm a profitable trader. What I do works for me. And that's not to discredit the way that anybody else trades. And hopefully, you're not the type of person that feels like you have to trade a certain way or a certain style to be successful. It's the consistency and the discipline. Uh, those are the things that make traders successful, not whatever style that they're trading, right? We all have an edge, but the edge goes away if we're not disciplined enough to follow whatever system and whatever plan that we have, right? Um, as great as my plan, or I feel like my plan is, if I didn't have an off switch, I would blow my account. If I just took trade after trade after trade after trade. So I don't need to do that. I just need to take a trade per week and then wait for the next week, and then take a trade per week and then wait for the next week. And the way that I trade that allows me to be able to blow my account up, or like build it up. So that's what that the $100 challenge is, right? It doesn't matter what what type of account you have, but if you're if you want to, you can do it with a $100 demo. No snippets, no cutouts. We need to see the P&L. We need to see what trades you took. If you take trades that we don't take as a group, you're getting kicked out. If you don't post your work, you get kicked out. When I say post your work, your markups before we take the trade, like we all can mark up the trade. We'll talk about a trade, or I'll bring it up on Saturday, and you go and do the analysis for that trade, and then once the trade pops off during the week, we'll call the entry for that trade. Whether you get out at the 100 pip mark, or if you let it roll a little bit further, we're all grown folks. But if you just take a different trade on the account that we're doing 100 pip challenge on, because you like that setup better, you'll get booted. And I hope y'all understand. It's not about I don't trust the trade that you take, but it's about doing these account flips as a unit, and then because there's some people who have never done it, who have never taken an account from $100 up higher, right? So, if you've never done it, I think it'll be a cool opportunity for you to see how trading could be, and also see that a lot of times as traders who aren't successful, we think that taking more trades is the way to do it, when it's really the opposite, right? Taking less trades is going to generally speaking, is going to make you more successful than taking more trades until you get to a certain point, in your trading career. But you'll find your own sweet spot. Some people take 2 or 3 trades per week. Other people take 1 trade per week. It really just depends on your time frame. Some people trade every day, and they might take 1 trade or 2 trades in a day if they're scalping. But everybody has to put a control measure on themselves, or you just trade the money that you made back into the market. Do you guys have any questions? Okay. Hey, Kim,
Yep.
you were telling me, I heard you yesterday, but I didn't take.
You weren't paying me no attention
No,
because
no, I was,
your
but
game was coming on.
I didn't write
I
it
know.
down. But
I know.
you were saying I keep these videos to like 20 minutes, or
But
so
maybe no more, like 30.
right. So I'll do the markup videos or whatever, or maybe the pairs in a separate video where I'll
Oh,
just
and the
record
separate video.
myself.
Yeah, like 20, yeah, 20, 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how we're going to um approach this coming year. And also we got a lot of brand new people. So what I will probably try to do is come up with a way um
Did you say my dear?
to
Shut
break
up,
up
Navoff.
into a second group. Do we have any brand new guys in here now? Like brand new to trading?
I'm new to trading.
Okay.
Chico.
I know I invited like 3 people. They might not be on this call, but it's like 3 more that I know I personally invited.
Okay. Well, hey, Will, I appreciate you for inviting us people. But you got to tell them, bro, they don't show up, they're not gonna ever learn, bro. Um, so because we have brand new people, I'm gonna have to get with people and see if there's a different day or time.
I was gonna say,
You're
I
gonna
mean, if anybody would like to do a beginner's training course or teach, let me change that. Teach the beginner's training course. We'll do something for the beginners.
yeah, we'll have to because it's a lot. A lot, like at least 5 to 10 people, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's very, very very important. But also for those of you who have been here like for years, and you haven't found success, do y'all know what y'all are missing? If you're not a new trader, but you've not found success, right? You're not consistently profitable. Do you know what you are missing?
So that it's not like overnight simple. Let them know.
Over trading was my issue.
Okay, over trading. What'd you say, Andrew?
Sometimes it's not like overnight thing,
Well, I get it, but like
No, he's saying for people that have been on here for years now, like in this group for a few years now.
Yeah.
I can speak for me. I'm gonna say I have a hard time with market structure, with like change of character. That's where I always get confused.
Who's speaking?
Davita.
Okay.
Market structure.
Market structure.
Mm-hmm. Taking note.
This is Rosa, and my issue is over trading. I mark up, and I have an area where I want it to go, and it goes there, and I get my money, but I don't stop. And then I lose. That's my problem.
Overtrade. Okay. Market structure, over trading.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
So said entry. They have to speak up. And again, well, you are doing your call today, so you have to teach all of this and let everybody see if they agree or not.
You on the island, Andrew, somewhere?
Yeah.
You on vacation?
What?
You on a cruise?
I'm just driving.
Oh, okay. No. It sounds like you on vacation again. You said entries? Is that what you said?
Not for me. I saw on say entry and I don't know, over trading.
Yeah, people are putting stuff in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
Over trading, trade management.
Jump into different strategies. That's a big one.
Strategy hopping.
Trade management, reviewing trades for improvement. Trade management. Cool. Management. Reviewing trades for
That's journaling. I mean, if you're not logging your trades, it's impossible to figure out what's wrong. I mean, unless you just want to spend like thousands of dollars. Okay, anybody else?
Chico said he
Yeah, Chico, you're a
Bottom.
beginner, which is cool.
Yeah, beginners. Got it. So do y'all want to see like separate videos for each? Because I think that may be and just based on Todd, what we were talking about yesterday for
Video, short video.
for watch time. Just doing specific videos so that it's easier to find what they're looking for on the YouTube. So if we're going to do overtrading, then you just do a video on overtrading and how to, your recommendation on how to stop overtrading.
Yeah, my recommendation is take one trade a week.
No, I get that. I was going to say, although it's still, that still lands on the person who's trading. Like they have to stop. That's something they have to do within themselves.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think everybody's problem is a self-discipline. Like that's all it is. We're adults. We don't live with our mom and dad. We do exactly what the heezy we want to do, when the heezy we want to do it, right? Prior to me trading, I did whatever I wanted to do.
Live trading.
But since I've started trading, I don't. I wake up at night. Even when I'm sleepy, I wake up. I'm up on that London session because that's when my trade is popping off or 9 times out of 10. If it doesn't pop off, I'm back up at 3 a.m., when that 5 a.m. candle closes. Like I'm on the charts when I need to be on the charts. We talked about live trading yesterday, and with the $100 challenge, whenever it's time to take a trade, we'll get on YouTube live to get the entry. I mean, but after that it's just because I'm a swing trader. Once you enter the trade, it's over, and we'll just wait for it to hit TP or stop loss. But that doesn't happen for hours. Sometimes days. But I think live trading would be more beneficial if I was a shorter term trading. But we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. But I think that when you first start trading, you'll get a lesson or two. You'll watch a video or two on market structure, and you will assume that you understand it. And then you'll start getting cut up. Maybe you're trading an untradeable market. Maybe your pair is not in a tradable state. And you're getting cut up because you're getting false signals or whatever, right? You have to kind of understand how to look at market structure on different time frames, and then how to put those time frames together, because that's what's going to keep you in good trade setups. And it's really the reason why I trade whatever instrument, because I catch trades that are tradable. That the market is moving. It's going to trend in that direction, right? It's, and it's easy for me to see 100 pip trade every freaking week. So I get it, and when you're with somebody else, they might trade a specific pair because that's how they learned and they've gotten good at it. The same way I've gotten good at trading whatever pair is moving. It just is second nature to me at this point. I know what I want to see. Once I see it, I can drop down into a time frame that gives me the picture that I like to trade, and then I can just take a trade on it. So here's the only problem, right? I don't mind doing all these, making these changes, and we'll roll with it. But if the participation sucks, then I'm gonna suck too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, because at the end of the day, I get my money from the market. I don't have a YouTube channel that pays me. I don't have students that pay me. None of that. I get paid strictly from the market, and I'm fine with that. I'm not complaining. I don't want y'all to take it the wrong way. I'm fine with that. I don't need anybody to fund my endeavors. The market does a great job of that. But if I'm going to put in the time, I don't want my time to be disrespected. Because I can do bad by my darn self. I don't need the half-heartedness. That's why a lot of people that's why everybody ended up getting kicked out of these groups, because y'all do too much. And I understand, I know that you're going to do too much, but that's why I got to kick you out, because I need everybody to understand that that's how disciplined you have to be when it comes to trading. If I don't kick you out the group because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then you're just going to do what you always done, which is exactly what you want to do. And that's not going to get you paid, right? Having strict rules is going to get you paid faster than taking than using Kentucky windage, trading when you want to trade, however many trades you want to trade. You might see 5 great setups this week, but you're taking one trade. So you pick the best out of those 5 and you trade it. And there's going to be weeks that happen like that, and you're going to lose that trade. But you have to be strong enough and disciplined enough to sit on your hands until the next Saturday, or when each put that list out Friday night, you can wake up Saturday, analyze your pairs, and go back to work on Monday. Yeah, you would have missed 4 other good opportunities, but you only lost once. Over time, losing once is going to keep you in the game. Because most of us have strategies where we can lose 6 or 7 times in a row and catch one winner, and we're still in the game. So
I have a question based off of something you just said. How many people are or actually know how to mark up their charts, or how many people are not sure how to mark up their charts? Let me ask it that way, because I think majority of the people on here do. And maybe we can do a chart markup session. That's what I'm just jotting down notes as you're talking.
Well, I think what would help people personally is they need to understand like their strategy. If they're gonna trade with Kim,
Well, so go ahead, go finish. My
just
bad.
because I see a lot of people like overlapping and combining certain things, and that's where they get really and I sit on everybody's call just to listen to what's going on. I don't take every single trade of what I've been trying to do, but I think that's why a lot of people get confused. So they might look at your entire entry, and it's just a little bit different. So they need to focus on one particular thing. I think will be like extremely good. Like, so if you're doing a markup, this is how Kim, marks up her chart when she's doing zone to zone, or this is how Andrew's doing it when he's doing SMC. I think that's what would help a lot of people out, because especially when newer people come in, a lot of the older people kind of know their style and what they want to do, but for the newer people, I think that would help out a lot. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
I think that's 1,000% true though.
Live trade.
But do you do you even with that being said, whether they're doing Todd's strategy, my strategy, Andrew's strategy, do you all know how to mark up, like, do you know how to mark up your chart based off whatever strategy you're planning to trade?
And I would personally say no, just because people have a lot of different things in their head.
Okay.
That's why I say what I'm saying. They might think they're marking up their chart the correct way, but it's not according to the certain strategy, if that makes sense. That's why I think that needs to just be broken down. If you're gonna be doing, everybody start off top-down analysis, the monthly, daily, so they're thinking it's the same, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
If that
No,
makes
I'm
sense.
asking that because the other day, Dilly, hey Dylan, marked up his chart, and the way going through his thought process, I think, and Dylan, you can speak on this if you want. I think it probably even helped him a little bit.
Hey Kim, yeah, you're so. Ooh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I've had my one-on-one with Todd, and I've been having that every week for the last couple of weeks, and the group markup was great, and then basically I've been just using the replay function and just back testing, and I literally, Todd had me write down step by step is what I'm gonna do along with watching ICT. I feel a lot more comfortable. So I know like I'm gonna jump in the $100 challenge, and I don't care if I get eaten alive, like critique it. You know what I mean? Like I feel a lot better marking up charts now.
Good.
Not saying I'm perfect, but I definitely feel a lot better to know to go into a chart and look for my imbalances right away. Look for, breaking structure, stuff like that and all.
Good. Sorry, Todd, I didn't mean to interrupt you on that.
No, I agree. I gotta I think people don't know what some people don't know what they're missing. If you're a newer person, it's kind of impossible to know what you're missing. But if you're a person who has been here for years, you do know what you're missing. And if you're not speaking up, shame on you. But trading is a zero sums thing, right? You're either profitable or you ain't. And admitting to yourself, one, that you're the problem, two, that you got some things to work on. That's going to be the first step towards becoming a profitable trader. Trading is one of those things that it's an ugly look in the mirror, right? You see yourself at your lowest, at your ugliest. It's nothing like looking in the mirror knowing that you can't control yourself. I don't know, man. It's embarrassing.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, this is TT. I think it was two things for me. It was structure and not understanding that it's a game of probability. So like it's not a 100% game, it's a game of probability. If you do all the things that you're supposed to do the proper way, proper for risk management, understanding market structure, waiting for your entry, at the 61 or the discount or the super discount at the 70, at the 78, then you'll have a higher chance, aka probability, to win your trades, and then being consistent in that same thing. So I think when I understood probability, that it was a probabilities game, because I used to think that if I didn't get it, then I wasn't doing it right. But actually, it could just be a piece of the probability. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah, there is no guaranteed trade. Like the trade,
Right.
the trade always can go two directions. I get that. And maybe we don't do a good job in saying this is not guaranteed, but I think that if that's your problem, that's an easy fix, right? Or if that's anybody's problem, that's an easy fix. But I think the self accountability piece is missing, in this group in particular, because if you're not accountable to self, like if you can't journal, if somebody asks you, hey man, how many trades did you take last week and you don't know, or how many wins did you get last week and you don't know, or why did you get in this trade? If your answer is because Todd called it, or because Kim said it, or Newhoff traded it, Newhoff pointed this out on Gold. But what is your reasoning for entering the trade? For you not to have concrete entry methods or concrete, and you can have more than one entry method, but concrete reasoning behind things that you're looking for in the market. If I see a monthly bearish order block and I put the fib on it and I mark up my zones, those zones, I'm not just painting on the chart. My golden zone in my 78, from the 50% to the 78 is where I want price to come back to. And then I can drop 2 time frames down to the daily chart. And I want to see a reaction once price hits my zone. That reaction can be it can be a bearish daily order block in the zone of that bearish monthly order block. That's my entry, right? When that daily bearish order block is formed and it pulls back, I'm in the trade. If you ask me, hey, Todd, why did you enter this trade? I can tell you that. I can say, hey, this is why I entered this trade. This is where my entry is. This is where my stop loss is. It doesn't matter if my stop loss is 65 pips or 73 pips and my take profit is 700 pips. What I can explain to you is this is why I entered this trade. I'm just gonna go to the chart and show, because to me this is one of the things that bother is a wrong word, but it's kind of inexplicable when it comes to trading, right? Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me throw everything in the trash. Okay.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm not too sure if I think Dylan said he spoke to you and mentioned myself. I've been trying to learn how to trade, or I've been learning how to trade for just almost 2 years, but the experience that I see that you guys have is totally different from what I've learned. I feel like a total newbie. When you said, do you mark up the charts to trade? That's not even what I learned. All I've learned is your support, your resistance, and so on. Nothing in terms of where the chart is going to go. If you understand what I mean.
I do. I get it, Mike. Mike, we'll get on a one-on-one call, like at some point throughout the week.
Okay.
You gotta let me know your schedule. I know you're a London bloke. Right?
Yeah. I'm in Brazil at the moment, but yeah. I am.
Okay. So we'll link up and we'll get you straight.
Okay, appreciate it.
Hey, Mike, one other thing, what I would tell you that my brother never tells anybody in this class is your learning curve is going to be extended if you try to employ a bunch of different ways to trade. You know, you're probably going to choose either the dumb money way, which is that support and resistance, or the smart money way, which is, you know, fair value gaps, order blocks, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, a lot of it is the same thing. It's just called different things. But, you know, as a beginner, if you try to eat the whole smorgasbord of all the different, you know, kind of philosophies and so on and so forth, it's probably going to take you longer.
Oh, I'm ready to unlearn everything that I've learned and just learn. I'm here to get wiser and know what it is that I'm doing, because as he said, if somebody was to ask me, why did you take that trade? All I can say is I followed the trend at the time. I can't explain specifically why I took a certain trade in a certain way, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand. Other thing I'll just say, you know, for all my dumb money peeps out there, is I'm not shitting on dumb money traders because they're successful and you know they make money. So the whole object of the game is to make money. But the point I'm simply making is whichever method you choose, you know, it's a personal choice. But if you try to blend them as you're learning or learn it all together, you know, as a beginner, it's just probably going to take you longer to be successful.
Okay. I'm gonna unlearn everything I learned. I think you guys have impressed me enough, and even Dylan has spoken highly of you for me to say yes. Okay, let me just concentrate, learn what I need to learn, and then start trading as you guys do.
So sorry, Sean. On Todd teaches usually goes over his way. Well, let me just say, we hop on the chart at market close, right? And I usually teach on Mondays, and I'm usually teaching my way. Todd is on Tuesdays at market close, and he's usually teaching his way. Andrew is on Wednesday, teaching his strategy. So I recommend to, you know, hop on each day to see which strategy would fit, you know, your lifestyle. Like I'm a 9-to-5. Todd is full-time trader. Andrew is, I think, a full-time trader. Andrew, to correct me if I'm wrong. And I pretty much trade supply and demand. So I would recommend to just, you know, hop on the calls if you can.
I will.
Ask questions from me, Todd, Andrew, Nawaf. Alicia's an amazing trader. She just be acting like she not. But and there are a few other amazing traders in here. So I would recommend to, you know, just hop on the calls, definitely ask questions. And then whichever style, you know, it's that you feel like you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I plan to be full-time with it. The only thing is I do travel a bit, so sometimes I'm in a different time zone. But yeah, I will definitely hop on the calls once, like you said, closing trade date when the trades are closed. Yeah, I'll definitely hop on Monday through the whole week if you guys.
So Monday through Thursday.
Okay. Cool.
And on Saturday, like this call here, the Saturday calls.
Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to learn. So I'll definitely be there, and I'll ask questions as well if you guys don't mind.
Huh?
I'll be asking questions as well.
Absolutely. Please do.
Okay. Good.
I have a question real quick. Well, I see we are like 27 people on here today. So my question is that, like, the YouTube video that Ty has been uploading, how many people go there and watch or subscribe, click, like button, comment? Because this is a channel, you guys want to grow this channel. Like, people are showing up on like classes, daily basis, but not even going to YouTube to support.
We definitely need y'all to go to YouTube and support.
Can someone drop the link, please?
Yes, so once the recording is done, Todd will post it in the recorded YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll definitely subscribe. I watch YouTube all the time, so yeah.
Me too. It's like my TV.
Yeah, we'll get these videos down shorter as well by taking this sort of stuff out of these weekly calls. But I just kind of want to go over this because sometimes I think I'm talking to blank stares. A basic trade setup to me is when I have displacement, right? And this market went down, it displaced down, and I expect the market to buy back up. And you can see it already started buying back up by this wick, right? I expect it to buy back up into my zone where I can take another trade back down, right? I should be able to take that trade back down to this level. If I drop to a lower time frame, you would see a trail of red candles going down, and then you would see some green candles that came back up to this level. Does everybody understand that?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if you don't, but if you don't speak up, then you can't.
Well, Todd, I'm confused because that candle is like active. It hasn't closed yet. So you're talking about reading into something that's happening now.
If I did,
It was
if
in
I did
replay
this,
mode.
then
My
yeah,
bad. I didn't
yeah.
know. Never mind.
This is not an active candle anymore. This
Oh,
happened.
never mind.
So this was the end of November. This was this is a trade I'm still in, you know. But this candle was the close of November. So I appreciate you asking though, because some people didn't know. Does everybody else understand that this wick means that we had a bunch of red candles that went down? The market pushed down here. Now it's buying back up. Does everybody understand that?
Yep.
Okay. For me, I'm just going to fib this candle because once the candle starts pulling back up, I know it's going to my zone, right? I'm going to mark this zone. I mark it up so I can see it when I drop down, you know, into the lower time frames. I put a horizontal ray at my 78. I can get rid of the fib at this point. Then I can drop 2 time frames down. Since we're on the monthly, I'm going to drop to the daily. At this point, I want to see what's in my zone, right? Whether it's trend line liquidity, whether it's a order block, whether it's an imbalance. For me, I like the imbalances, right? So this imbalance at the 78 is a key area for me, right? I want to see price come into this area and then sell. So at this point, I'm done. I can just set an alert. I want to set the alert before it gets to my area, you know, because it might be several days, it might be several weeks. I don't know, right? I can also trade the price back to my area. But if you're a new person, you know, I'm not even going to talk about that. So I just want to show you from this monthly time frame, once I'm satisfied, then I just set my alert and I go about my business, right? And I allow this market to do what it needs to do until it gets to my area. Okay, it came right to my zone, right? It came right to this imbalance. This middle line on this imbalance is the consequent encroachment, which is the halfway point of this imbalance. It gave me a bearish order block. You see that? So what this bearish order block means is it gave the consequent encroachment and broke structure back down, right? Which this could have been my entry, this bearish order block. I could enter right here, right? I can have this entry. I have to protect this high. This is a higher time frame trade. So your stop loss is going to be bigger. In this case, you have 148 pip stop loss. If you trade like this, I will show you, ways that you can not have that big a stop loss. But this is a 3.37%. It's a 1 to 3 trade, basically, right? The same way you would get if you was on any other time frame. But there's ways you can drop down. But for the purposes of this being a quick session, we're just gonna roll with this. So you saw you could have entered this trade here, and you'd be in profit at this point, right? It's that simple. I can say the reason why I entered this trade is because price came back up into my bearish monthly order block. It hit my zone to the T. It gave me an entry, and I took the trade. Does that make sense? Doesn't mean I'm going to win the trade. It means I can explain to you why I looked at the trade and why I took the trade. And I can articulate that to you. If somebody said, well, Todd, why did you enter that trade? This is why. And for me, it doesn't matter what time frame. The process is the same. If I saw a daily bearish order block, I mark my chart up. I can enter 2 time frames down. So on the 1 hour chart, I'd have been looking for my entry right here. Boom. Does that make sense?
Yes.
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 And
We see
although
the
Todd
break-
and I trade, we kind of trade the same, but Todd, can you put that screen back up for me? That trade back up? Because I trade support, not support, supply and demand. Once price broke structure, I'm always waiting for price to break structure.
You mean here?
Otherwise, I'm trading the trend. So this right here, from what I can see, it looked like price broke structure here. I would have expected price to pull back to this zone and keep buying, right? But because it did not do that, once it broke structure, I'm expecting price to pull back to my supply zone. That's how I trade. So I usually put my entry up here and then put my stop loss above here. Now, if price does not come pick me up and then start breaking structure, now that it has broken structure here, I'm putting my entry at this order block right here and covering, and I'll probably cover a little more than this high because I already know that price is probably going to tap it back in here somewhere. So I would still cover this high, even though this is the swing. This is the break of structure. This is the swing low. This is the swing high. So technically this should be the protected high, but now I'm waiting for a price to come here and then put my sell down to this low. So we pretty much trade the same. It's just that Todd trades from the imbalances and I trade from the supply and demand zones.
And the whole point of the of this exercise is to say you should have a standard way, a standard trigger, right? Of what triggers your trade, right? You have a trade setup, and then you have an entry. It should be a standard thing. It doesn't wave, or it shouldn't be wishy-washy. Now, the more experience you gain as a trader, you might add different things to your toolkit, but the standard is the standard. So if you don't have a standard, then you're missing something, right? You're missing something. And you're not going to find a level of consistency until you get those standards.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I want to say thank you, Sean, for sharing, because he mentioned how like there's a lot going on, and I don't think we talk about that enough. I think I've been trading or messing up for about like 2 years now, and I think the light bulb finally went off for me just a tad. I'm still, becoming aware. I struggle with like time frames, like everyone's saying, picking one method and not being able to silence out the noise. I think you can talk all day and you can show your chart all day and you can mark up your chart. But unless you're doing it yourself, like you're never going to see it. And that's been my experience. Like, oh, you can say like, I know Todd, we had our one-on-ones and I'll listen to you. And then I'm like, okay, let me go back and see what I can see.
You ain't never listened to me, girl.
If I can, if I can see what you're
you
seeing.
never, I know you in real life. You never listen to me.
Whatever. But it's like, unless you take that time out and mark up your chart on your own and be like, okay, I can see this. Like, for instance, I took the GN trade and Todd's like, it's still selling. For whatever reason, I don't see it. I got my pips and I got out and I'm like, okay, cool. But it's like, if you don't take that time out for yourself and silence out the noise, and me personally, I have FOMO really, really bad. I'm like, oh, I want to get in this trade. Todd said it's going this way. Let's go, let's go. But then it's like you get in a trade and you have no idea when to get out, when to get in, anything. I would just say to anybody new, like, it's okay to not take a trade. It's okay to just mark up your charts and set the alarms and just see like, okay, is it going where I think it's going to go? I think that's better than, trying to have the demo or try to have a live, an account. Just set your alarms and just see, like, can you see market structure? Can you figure it out? Because if not, don't even trade. Like, just sit out. It's okay to like Todd said, to sit on your hands and take that time to really see what everybody is seeing. Because if you don't, then it's gonna take a lot longer to understand. That's been my struggle.
Yeah, she's speaking facts. Just like yesterday when Ty was saying, did y'all get out the GJ trade? And I said, I got out. I got what I needed to get, and I left. I don't care how much money somebody else made. That's been my issue. Well, they're making all this money without me. People do that every day. Get what you came to get and leave it alone. The worst thing you can do is get in a trade when somebody says it's moving in that direction. Because as soon as you do that, it's going to start pulling back and you're going to lose, and they still going to be making the money they made before. So, like she said, if you don't got the trade set up already, you can take a look at it and analyze it, but just don't hop in the trade because somebody said they're making some money in a trade. That's the worst thing you can do.
And that's why in this 100 pip challenge, you have to post your markup. You can't use my markup. You got to post your markup. I struggle with even bringing this up. Because I trade from such a high time frame, I see a bigger move, right? Like this market pushed down, the market pulled back. I guarantee you, well, we already know that it pulled back to 78%, right? This is a push down, a pullback 78%, and now we expect the market to keep going south, right? It's either going to respect this low, like come down here to this low and go up, or it's going to keep going. A newer person is not really going to understand that. But if I get into this trade here, I should be able to hold this trade until it comes down here because it already pulled back 78%. Now, you're going to get a bunch of, back and forth down here. It might even pull back to my entry, but it should not come and knock me out until it gets to my TP. So understanding the trade setup is going to pay you the bigger dividends, right? That GJ trade that we're talking about, if you would have looked at that trade from the super high time frame, right? If you look at this trade from this monthly time frame, if you fibbed this monthly bullish order block, then you had this zone marked up. You know what I'm saying? If you fibbed it from the 3-month order block, you had the zone marked up. We didn't know that it was coming down there in one swoop, but you have the area marked up that, hey man, I expect this trade to eventually get down here. It doesn't mean you have to hold the trade the entire way, but at least you have the area marked up and you have the expectation for the trade going down there. Another thing is, we know the trade is coming down here. We got the order block set up the week before. So each published this order block, which gave us the advantage because we marked up where we thought the trade was coming at the start of last week. This thing not only dropped like 600 pips, this thing went up 200 pips, and it did it in textbook fashion. ICT teaches the power of 3. Monday and Tuesday, it went up. Tuesday night, it started dropping, and it dropped all the way through Friday. So this trade was textbook power of 3 ICT. But if you've never studied it, then you won't, that doesn't mean anything to you. What's up, Spice Girl?
No, I was just about to say that it's for Holden. I guess there's a lot of new traders on here, or beginner traders, that people trade in different trading styles. Like you're a swing trader, but you can also trade intraday as well from looking at the higher time frames. So it all depends on when you're starting your trading career, how do you want to trade? Obviously, you'll figure that out on the way, but Todd trades as a swing trader, so he's going to be looking at the higher time frames, and then he goes down, is it two time frames? So just keep that in mind when people are teaching that they have a trading style. So Todd trades on the higher time frame. I think Kim does intraday as well on some swings, and then Andrew does intraday. So they're looking at it at a different angle. And like I scalp as well. So it just to keep that in mind. Like swing trades, you're going to look at a high time frame, and then Todd's probably already going to be in the trade before you see it on a lower time frame. If you're intraday and you're waiting for the daily bearish order block to set up. But GJ was a perfect example of this week of how a setup that played out perfectly.
Does anybody have any questions?
I do. Regarding the $100 or £100 challenge, what is the recommended lot size to use?
Well, hey, we gonna get you all that. But okay. So this is the 100 pip $100 account challenge is where we'll flip the account every week, right? So at some point, and every individual is different. At some point, you're not going to want to flip the account, right? So if you've never traded a $5,000 live account, if we flip it up to $5,000, you're probably going to say, I don't want to flip this to $10,000 because the lot size is too big, right?
Okay.
And that is very respectable. I would tell anybody, if you have a $5,000 live account, then you don't need a job. Honestly, you know, if you once you learn how to trade, you know, because you know, $5,000 is enough to fund most people's lives. You know, most people don't make $5,000 in a week, and you can make 5K every week trading that account because you're going to see a move like this every week. And on the weeks that you're not sure, you can sit out of a trade because you made $5,000 the last 3 weeks.
I'm definitely on it. There are things that I have to do, so I have a target that I want to actually make every week for me to be able to accomplish all of these things. So I will definitely be taking those trades.
Okay, and so listen, whenever we start talking about trading, most of us only think about the wins, right? We talk as if every trade setup will be a win. And that's, you know, it's not the case. Most of the time, for me, like I took a trade on GU that I lost. And it was a trade that I didn't have to take and that I shouldn't have taken, but I didn't care because I had won 8 other trades prior to that. But I'm going to show you. It was prior to that NFP. It was right here. Okay. And I would have never called this trade if I was doing a challenge account. But you know, being quick on the trigger. So for me, there was a level that I was looking at down here. Let me go back to the weekly. Okay, there's a level that I'm looking at down here, right? So price, if you look at the bigger picture, price it pushed all the way up and it came down. And I was looking to take out this low and then for price to give me reason to take it back up to the top. So we took out this low and it kept pushing down and we eventually got down here and we took out this low. That was a bonus for me. Now I know that there's another imbalance down here, but I figured that price would go back up first, like we would pull back first before continuing down. And you know, I was trying to couple it with what's going on or what I thought was going on for NFP. So if you look down here, we had this 4-hour chart. We got an inside bar. We had two basically inside bars. And what I wanted to do was get a jump on this buy up. And then I got jumped. So a trade like this, for me, this would have been an easy get if it had came up to this top, to this area here, this flat area that as Andrew called it. But this didn't have there was an imbalance here, and then there's a candle here with no wick. So I assumed that we push back up, you know, this 100 pips back up to the top. And I assumed wrong because the market just started dropping, right? So if I had called this trade, which I would have never done, but if I had called this trade in that group, you'd have lost your money, right? And if you can't analyze a chart yourself, then you wouldn't have asked the pertinent questions, right? and you wouldn't have had an understanding of what I was looking at. Does that make sense?
It does. But I like the fact that you accept the fact that you made a mistake, which most people don't. A lot of people don't actually acknowledge when they do wrong, which is a big win for me being in this group.
Well, I think I mean losing this part of trading, man. Like you're gonna lose trades. But if you don't understand why you're losing a trade or the possibility of you losing that trade, then I really think you're in the wrong business. So this trade setup is something that's it wasn't a great trade setup. You know, it wasn't the model that I trade. I mean, I can catch a lot of those pullbacks. You know, I catch them a lot, but sometimes that's going to happen to you. You know, when you think the market is rounding to go up, it's going to round and drop. So I was wrong about the key area, right? About the key area of what low had to be taken out before we go up. And there's a way you can avoid doing that altogether. Like this thing has dropped for so long, like 1,000 pips, I believe. This GJ, yeah, 1,200 pips. We've dropped all these pips. All I have to do is wait. I can wait for a weekly bullish order block and then get in on a pullback, and I can make money, and it would be like the probabilities would be 99.9% that I'm going to win those trades. I don't have to be the first one in the trade. I do like being the first one in the trade, and I understand that about myself. So if I'm calling a trade for somebody else, this is not, you know, the trade that I would call for a group, but it's a trade that I would take on my own based on on something that I'm looking at. You know, it's kind of like the UJ trade that's coming up. You know, UJ is going to sell at some point. I had marked up this high of this last 3-month candle. We went and took the liquidity from that high. I would have liked for this tap in to go ahead and tap the consequent encroachment of this imbalance up here. I believe it's on the monthly. No, it's on the daily. There's an imbalance right here. So I would have liked for price to tap that imbalance and then pull back. But by running this high, I expect us to sell into this zone. How many pips is this?
Oh, I was talking to mute. I think it's probably going to run up to your you said that was a daily imbalance?
Yeah.
And just based off of your this pulling back to this high and then rejecting it, I think it's going to push up into there and then probably sell. I think
it will too, but I think it's going to I think we coming down to this imbalance first. So or this low. I think we're going to either come to this low or this imbalance first before we go up.
Okay.
I know. I get it. But, you know, we have different signals. Like we grab that liquidity from the top of this market and close below it. So I know we're going to a low. I don't know which one. We're here now. If we just go to this low, that's 142 pips. That's damage done. But we are dropping. We did grab the liquidity from the high. We got a bearish order block. We're dropping. So you have to ask yourself, and this is where you got to stick to your guns, because Kim's guns and my guns are loaded differently. So as a trader, you have to stick to your guns. You have to pick your targets. I know we're here. Here's a low. Here's a low. There's my imbalance. This is consequent encroachment of my imbalance. If I just get to this low, this first low, darn it, I got 149 pips. Hey, Andrew.
Yo.
I need your argument today, bro. You kind of quiet. You kind of pissing me off.
No. I'm just like chilling, you know.
Where is it? Where is this coming?
Like, I was looking at this market yesterday, right? Friday. But like for the sell, you know, which is like ready for me to sell, you know, like for everything I saw on like the pair, but like I still want to see Monday anyway, how it behaves. But for sure, everything just I always take my entry on the 1 hour or lower or something. You
Well,
know?
I get it,
like,
but I'm
the
saying
4
which
hour,
level?
the 1 hour, but like
but which how far do you think it's selling?
sometimes. What?
How far do you feel like it's selling? Like, do you think you can get to this low?
If we are selling, we have to get past that low for sure.
But
for sure.
I'm just saying from this bearish order block.
Yeah.
So do you believe you can catch these 149?
If I can, or it's going to sell past there. What are you saying? I can't catch it because. So let me say something real quick. I was looking at gold and UJ because there is a reason for me to look at UJ and gold, like UJ especially because of the gold. Gold setup is similar as well, right?
Oh yeah.
It's sell, pull back. So I'm also looking at the UJ the same way. Can you go to the 1 hour just to see? Right.
I believe we're coming here. Now, whether we bounce and go up to this level, I believe we're coming here. Kim, you can't see us coming back here?
Go back to the daily. Let's see.
See, until price breaks, well, it did close past here, but I would need to see a close below that daily low.
You got a bearish 4 hour on it. I believe you are going to see. How many pips is that?
And why I say that, because this is the structure, right? This is the breaker structure. This is the swing low. This is the swing high.
So if you just come down to that level, that's 150.
Yeah.
And there's internal liquidity right there.
There's who?
There's internal.
Can you make your chart bigger?
There's a low right there.
There is David Palmer.
Make your chart a little bigger. Thank you.
Well, anyway, like you are saying, you need to see break. Like if you also look at this candlestick, right? We fail to close this above this high. This is one. Oh my God. Is this thing not working or what? Oh shit, I changed the color. Hold on.
You got an ugly color, dude.
Yeah. So first of all, you will see this high, right? This green candle failed to break above it. Right? This is one of the reasons that you know, okay, yeah, price is like, kind of turning around right now. And this high, being the highest high, you see this candlestick run that high, and this is the last up candle. We broke and closed below it. That's just it. So I would like price to return back to this area, right? For the sell, like this. And all of this candle needs to get round. That is why.
So can you go to the 4 hour
Sure,
right now?
Yeah, 4 hour. Bro, we about to nosedive, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. By tomorrow at midnight, I'll be rich.
Can I draw what I draw on that daily chart?
Go get your annotation pen and draw.
Who's speaking?
Michael.
Because on the daily chart, I see a head and shoulders forming. Yeah, right there. 1 second, let me get this and so. Okay, please don't mind the color. but I see it coming down. Hold on, wait 1 second.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
and I want to say that's possible. That's definitely possible. But you don't know that you really have a head and shoulders until it breaks the neckline, right? So I'm not a pattern trader. But based on market structure, I don't see a demand zone to look for the buy other than what's down here. Nuoff, please don't start. Other than what's down here, because this was break of structure. Can you squeeze your chart in down a little bit? Okay. So, because if you're looking at the higher time frame, this was a break of structure, right? So if this is going to start pulling back, then I would want price to pull back to here to this.
I know, but where's the imbalance that caused that break of structure?
I get that, but that's not how I trade. Like that might be the 50%, but I'm looking for 78 or 88. So,
order block.
I get, but the order block may just be a push, tap in to pull back, to sell down, and then to buy up. So that's why this doesn't resonate with me. But can you fib from this low to this high?
Yeah.
Because I need
just for the people who trade with me. Order block, imbalance, break of structure. We are coming back here. Bing.
Yeah, that's what I see.
How does the monthly candle look, bro?
235 is what I'm benching. All right, hold on. Let me see. What'd you say, Kim?
Can you fib from? Wait a minute. Why'd you change it?
Because he just asked about the money.
What is the level here?
Can you fib from the low to the high?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, Kim, you just speaking my language when you talk about this, because I know it's coming down. I know it's coming. There's an imbalance right there. But I
don't, and I'm just saying how I trade. I don't normally do the 50%, but I don't do 50% 618. Like it's got to be 78 but just for the record, price could come here, pull back, and then push down and even buy up. No.
Yes, 1,000%. And I don't dismiss any of that. But so look, just because I see this on the higher time frame, the goal is the 100 pips.
Right.
100 pips.
Right.
So,
you're right.
So this move here is 235. If I get that on a Sunday night, I mean, it's going to be a boring week. But still, it's.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Well, I'm just saying, like some people, for some people is like Kyra, like it's some people got to be.
Don't
they got to be in the game.
Don't talk about my cat.
Oh, my bad. North Philly, North Philly, got them issues.
He's in Delaware.
You said what, Philly? West Philly?
West Philly.
Dylan, you're what part of Philly you from?
I'm from the Jersey side more, but I grew up half and half, both ways.
Northeast. Hey, New Jersey.
I don't know how we got all these Northeast people in the group though.
Go Birds.
Dirty fried birds. Fried birds. All right, so
go Bucks, by the way. Go Bucks.
Woo!
Let me see where the boot button is.
Are you still on like replay or
somebody's upset at their team loss or no?
I don't think he's on replay. Yeah.
All right. So your GJ, what do you think?
GJ?
Because you marked out a zone and the price is right there right now.
You mean UJ or GJ?
GJ.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think nothing about GJ. I mean, GJ needs to pull back, but I think GJ served this purpose. GJ hit the imbalance, is probably going to pull back, which would be another another good trade. But for me, let me see.
This is what I think on GJ. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oop.
Let me go back. What time frame were we on? The 4 hour?
I think it was it the daily? I think it was the daily. So I think we're going to get this pullback. At least, I know we're taking out this low, but this demand zone is where I'm looking to get a buy. The buy up to these highs for GJ.
So you think it's coming back to them highs?
Mm-hmm.
If it come back to them highs, it had to come to this imbalance.
Well, I'm taking it to this high, but yes, I do think, because if this structure, all this was broken, although on the higher time frame, the monthly, I think, swing wasn't broken. I think it was a monthly swing.
The monthly had a bullish order block.
No, I'm saying this.
Oh, you mean
this low right here wasn't taken out right here.
Come on, bro.
I'm telling, because this wasn't taken out, I think this is definitely going up to.
So what if this come down here to this low? That's still the same swing point.
So you're not talking about like in March to create a bearish order block or something.
Well, do you think it'll create a bearish order block in March?
First of all, this is the 3-month time frame, right?
I know.
Can you go to the monthly?
So, like, the candles are not saying much, So, for me, I'm still going higher,
Yeah, it's still bullish too.
Not from here or
listen.
wherever it's coming.
I would argue with you, but I'm not going to argue until the 23rd.
The news come out.
Hey, on the 23rd, we're gonna argue. Because if Japan raises the rates, then all this stuff is going to hell. It's all dry.
They are not going to raise anything.
Well, hey, I know you sound like my brother, but we'll see. I know the rates on the dollar are skyrocketing, but the GBP is in big doo-doo, man. The GBP is in big trouble. So even if UJ don't drop, that's why GJ dropped against everything. I don't know what Spice Girl and them got going over there, but they're in big trouble, man. What's going on with the Queen's money?
King's money now.
Well, the king about to check out himself, from what I hear. What's going on over there?
Let's not go there.
He's moving to Thailand. Forget about it, man.
Hey, he probably already has a place over there.
He doesn't care about the British economy anymore.
Hey,
he's going to Thailand, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you,
Thailand's not part of the Commonwealth. He has to go to the Commonwealth.
But look, they got me looking. They got me looking at Madea. I don't even like this pair. Look at even Madea is making major moves. What's going on over there?
I told you last week. It's craziness. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, what did you say?
I said that there's something going on with the government because they're not agreeing with Trump and what's his name?
So that's causing y'all's economy to crash. Like what's
the economy's not good at the moment. I don't know. The economy.
Ain't nobody economy good at the moment, man.
But
Your economy is great. Your economy is great.
Because I think inflation is still high in the UK, but there's still
It's because of the dollar, Hassan. It's the dollar, I think.
they started to low rates, but now that Trump's is going to take over the presidency, and with all these policies, like you told me that he's going to put into place in terms of tariffs on other countries, including like the UK, it's going to affect everyone, and it will be a big effect on the UK in terms of our GDP, how much we produce, how we can export, import goods, and that would impact inflation a lot. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, because food's still going up, prices still going up. They're not lowering or anything. So
They're gonna have to stop lowering rates, I think.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
think
life in UK. Sorry, there's no life in UK for me. Unfortunately,
it's no what
life in UK. The UK is depressing. The weather is terrible. Most people don't even talk to each other. So yeah, the only good thing about UK is the fact that the pound is stronger than most currencies. Other than that, there's no life in UK. You're there to work, to pay your bills, and sleep.
Well,
That's
Mike,
it.
it's the same. I tell these yahoos is the same thing in the United States. Only people that got a life is people like my brother. But most people, they ain't got a life in the United States, man.
Charles hasn't made anything better. I don't think anyone likes him from what happened with Diana, and that's many, many decades ago. So no one trusts him. He makes poor decisions, So yeah, for me, UK is just go there, work, and leave. And that's exactly what I do every single time. I go home, work, and I leave.
Yeah, I think this week the pound falls to the lowest in over a year after UK borrowing costs rise.
After UK what?
Borrowing costs rise. The thing about the UK news, like especially economic news, you don't hear about it till last minute. And like the US, they have news coming out all the time. People are reporting it. UK, they're more private, and they don't tell you till like everything's already happened. But yeah, why are UK borrowing costs rising, and what does this mean for us? The pound has fallen to the lowest level in over a year, while the UK borrowing costs they're in 16 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened the 9th. So yeah, it happened on, what was it, Wednesday?
Yeah. 409 pips in this week. So this is probably going to take out these lows before it pulls back. There's no wick on this thing. Like it just falls out the sky.
If you look at the UK government 10-year bonds, they're like the highest. Borrowing costs the highest since 2008. Wow.
New office. Bro, whatever happened, you fall off your roller coaster right here. It just falls off the cliff. But yeah, it's there are a lot of great opportunities out here, man. All you got to do is analyze your charts and get you mark your areas up for entry. Like this thing can't just continue. Like once it runs these lows, it has to pull back. There's a daily imbalance here. This candle has no wick. This is probably the area I would look for price to return to. Just based on the chart setup, and that's probably a breaker block. But you got to wait for it to actually turn and burn. There's no wick, so this thing is just dropping, man. It's like damn GJ, man. That's crazy. For me, I'm gonna be looking for this and here dropping, and UJ, man. I think these are beautiful things, man.
So you think EA is like EN?
Well, I think EN is better than EA. I think EN is better than EA. I think this might come up to this area, but I think EA is going up to this area.
And why do you think EN is better than EA? Because it has less of a distance to travel for your entry?
Well, I think that it's the chart markup is a lot more clean, in my opinion, than EA, right? EA has this big run up here, but
It's
a
been
lot of it's
creeping.
mitigated right here. So there's a high right here, an Asian session high that might serve as liquidity. Then there's another high at this level. But we're definitely going higher, whereas EN is not built the same way. EN has been here. It is pushed down.
Right. Mm.
It can come up to this area and drop. If EN violates this high, then there's this area and there's an Asian high. To me, the markup is cleaner. It's better. I personally don't think we're going to break this high. I think we're going to come up and we're going to drop. Once we violate this Asian session low, like if you're not sure, once it violates that low and pulls back, then you can get in, because this has a great drop coming, right? They both have great drops coming, but this already told you that we're dropping. So once we come back up, then you're going to get a pretty good drop. If this, let's just say we run the high of last week's candle, which I don't think is going to happen, but if we do, that's more pips for you. That's 195 just covering last week's candle.
So I have another question. Is it typical from your monthly strategy, your monthly order block strategy, that the retracement trade does not play out until, what are we, 2 weeks into January?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. None of that matters.
Well, I guess I thought it would matter because we're trading the retracement on a bullish order block. So at what point do you believe that the bullish activity will continue versus you looking for your sell?
What do you mean we're trading a bullish order block? Right here?
No, it's a bullish order block on the monthly.
Okay.
I thought that was the whole point of the EN sale.
Right. So, well, it is, but this imbalance will likely get triggered.
Before it buys.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a bullish order block, right?
On the 3 month. Okay.
In this area, it is my key area on the 3 month.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what matters to me. We got this move up. This is a structure level.
Yep.
In my book, this is structure.
Mm-hmm.
When you ran that structure, that's called CHO,
Yep.
MSS, right? That's MSS. You trade back up into this level, and then you drop.
I'm sorry, what's MSS?
Market structure shift.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So at this point, here's my high. This is a pullback. We'll drop to this imbalance. Now, whether we could just drop 2 equal lows, but this market structure shift told you that we're coming here. So even if you just drop, even if price just drops to that low, that's 155. I'm just looking for the low-hanging fruit. I want the fat chick at the end of the night. Halle Berry had all night to holler at me, and she didn't. So the fat chick is next. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to approach trades.
Wow.
You kill me with these women hollering at you, but I got you with your
That's
with the structure.
The thing about it is you're a woman and you've never had to holler at anybody. But a dude has to make rough decisions, like they're animal decisions. So we don't have the luxury of standing in the club and waiting for the women to come holler at us. Maybe 1 or 2 dudes out of a million, right? But I'm not Morris Chestnut or anybody like that. So I
thought you was a Korean pop star.
Hey, I am, but I'm not in I'm in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So this is how it is. You have to make decisions that are easy for you. Don't make a decision that are hard. Like, to me, your trading is going to go a lot better if you make the easy decision.
So what's going to happen with the live trading sessions, Kim and Todd?
I don't like. Todd's gonna be look. Todd's gonna be.
Well, listen, whenever I'm
threw
going to
you out
enter
there.
a trade, I don't mind trading live whenever my trade is coming up. I'm not going to arbitrarily get on and trade, when I don't normally trade.
Look, just for everyone else, I'm on Zoom. That's literally me on the charts trying to catch a trade live. So please try not to miss the opportunity. That's it.
Nawaf, I think you should, if time slot, to give everybody, some time in advance to.
It's usually New York Open.
Well, for you. Like, I don't know if everybody knows that your time zone is different.
New York Open, which is 9:30 in the morning. Your time.
Your time. Oh, but that's not when you hop on. You hop on at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Well, that's London session in the morning.
Oh, well, I think you should just kind of give it a little advance notice. That's what I
To
said.
me, it always seems like you're even up before London, like 4 a.m. That's when I see your messages. No, wow.
That's when I'm out. 4 a.m. Not possible.
My time.
4
When I
a.m.
see
her
my
time.
it shows up 4 a.m.
Oh yeah,
my
because
time.
that's. But wait, hold on. 4
I
a.m.
think
your
you
time?
are yes, because I am 1 hour after London. No, before London. Wait.
So
Berlin time.
London starts 10 a.m. for me.
Oh, a.m. I'm confused.
Yeah. So London starts 10 a.m. New York's Asia starts 2 a.m. for me. London is 10 a.m.
That's right.
And then
This is why I'm recommending that if you just give a little advance notice, then I think you will have more participation lives.
Okay.
I'll be there. I like trading London. I actually trade all the markets. It's a bit weird, but I do stay up for all the markets just a few hours. So I'll be there.
Okay.
There or be told.
Like your session, sound like he in the bathroom.
And Andrew is he's getting that low hanging fruit. What time?
He plays music in his sessions.
What do you say, Todd?
I say you over there getting that low hanging fruit. we hear you getting your Mac on in the back, bro.
Are you still recording?
Of course I am, Spice Girl.
Yeah, but are you finished with the charts now?
Who?
We haven't go through the weekly setup.
Oh,
He said he's going to do it on a separate video. That's what he said.
I'm gonna do the weekly analysis this week, so I'll do a separate video.
Yeah, but you're still recording this. That's what I'm just saying, Todd. Have you finished with your meeting then, Todd?
She wants us to have our family privacy.
What?
Talk. Recording stopped.
TT, you're funny.
Was probably going to feed the dog.